Testing. Okay, okay. Was that even Mike? So here we are. Um, this is just all right. So order good. You should don't include the question mark when you say that. Um, you're asking them if they want to do it, but if they say no, it's going to put you at disadvantage because you have to assume that the other team already did take is going to take their route. If you take out the question mark, they can still say no, but they're a lot less likely to. And if you're trying to carry a team, you want to get them as ahead as possible. So instead of Vayne take Krug, it's Vayne take Krug. I'm not sure if my voice has enough motion to pull that off.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Also, this is more of a you have to like coordinate with the security carry, but you should ping that bush and say ward here because your jungler can still lose his red buff right now and you wouldn't know. If they're not going to ward it, instead of warding up here, you should ward. I can't really move there, but you should ward the red buff bush.
Minions have spawned.
Okay, so your ward died early. Um, you want your ward lasts a minute. You want to time it so that it ends around the time the bus spawns, like 150 or later. So place it down at 50 seconds or later. Um, don't place it down past the 1 minute mark though. Um, by that I mean if obviously you haven't placed, you should place it, but it should be placed out beforehand. All right, so you're pushing the wave. That's fine. You missed a CS there. You should you don't need to save waiting for a skill right now because you should already know either you're gonna go for level 1 engage, which I wouldn't recommend, or take your flay. And if you took your flay, you would have had it charged up a bit. Well, not there, but maybe charged up a bit, depending on situation, and you'd been able to last it easier. So you should get that last hit right in front of you. And you don't want to trade with them early because it's karma. You want to try to avoid her Q, and when her mantra ult or when her mantra is down, that's when you can go in. But I'd wait for level 2. Okay, so right now you should. Yep. Okay, hook. All in. You need to get an auto attack off there onto the Lucian. It would have put the trade much further into your favor, and karma's gonna keep. Okay. Right now you wanna. Okay. After that minion, you're gonna want to take the cannon on this wave, so you should ping that as well. And okay, now you should be back in your lane right now. As soon as Lisa missed the key, you should have just walked away. Flay, auto attack him. Grab your lantern. You should flash with it. Okay. Leave Vayne for that, and you should walk downwards towards the Lee Sin and stuff. You should exhaust here. Alright, still died. Use your stack on the cannon. You can just auto attack it down right now. You don't need to freeze anything. Alright, you don't have any stacks left. You need to watch your stacks when you're just gonna take last hits. So, you're kind of low on mana. You should do what you can to dodge Qs. If Karma starts walking forward, assume that she's gonna Q. And don't use any spells unless you're like using them defensively right now. Auto attack for harass. Whenever Lucian goes to take a CS or hit one. You can be auto attacking Karma there, but Lucian. Alright, you're gonna have to stay for this wave because it's a cannon wave. But you should back right after the cannon wave because actually you don't have to because you're gonna be pretty healthy. So just missed like 2 CS there or 3. You wait too long for the cannon. It's just learning numbers when to hit. Should try to stay off of Vayne a bit. You don't want to get caught in. You don't want to get caught where you were right there. Pause. In here, it's really easy for Karma to hit you in here. Even in here, there's still not much space because of the minion line, and you can only walk back that way. So, if she's queuing, you want to use this path here. Because it's directly back to there and through here instead of here or here. Much more room to work with. And this is where you can back. Gonna take turret damage, possibly. And, okay, trinket. Yeah, boots in a pink. If you left the pink for the boots, that would have been problematic.
An ally has been slain.
You should go onto Karma here. You don't really need the lantern. And you won't be able to kill Lucian, but you did stop him from doing damage, or returning damage during that trade, so that was worth it. Hitting both of them with the flay was really good. However, that was your chance to say dragon and have placed the pink ward on it. Right after the karma kill, you could have said dragon, gone right to it. Alright, so hook hit a minion. It's fine. I tell her to take Skelecrab. You can't do dragon because of trying to not being there, but place your pink ward in this. Place the pink ward in this bush in this situation because you already have vision on dragon. Pink ward in your inventory sort of wastes its spot, and it'll give you permanent vision of this bush. Also, stop that from having any vision of it. If you place it right here on the side, you'll be able to see the dragon pit as well, or part of it, and Jen will be able to see any wards that they place there. Doing this isn't what you want to do. You don't know if it's warded or not. Also, have it change aggro. Okay, like, if you see how it's like switching between the two of you, yeah. So, you got lucky that no one's coming to check this. Also, Jarvan being able to kill Lee Sin helps a lot. So, it worked out because they didn't have it warded, but it wasn't a safe play. As soon as you, like, if you're gonna start it there without your jungler, you should have placed the pink ward down to make sure that they didn't have vision. Alright, so, um, mobility boots are, well, like, people call them roaming boots because you'll only get them if you're roaming. Like, just for deep rewards, you don't need it. You could have gone for Mercury Treads, which would have helped you against Karma. I'm, and Katarina, sort of. Not really. They don't have much CC, so you don't really need them. I would have gone with cooldown boots, boots of lucidity. Unless you're planning to roam. Alright, so in the mains there you should have expected them to take the hook. What I would have done there was set up a box so they can't run away. Get to the other side of the minions and hook, and then exhaust the Lucian. Also, checking if there are mini lines there because you don't have hook on Smartcast, but you had the indicator out. If you looked on your map, you would have seen your minions coming in, or just behind you would have known that your minions are coming, and thus their minions are at the same spot. Alright, so while you're doing this, okay, coming back to lane then. If you're gonna get a ward over here, use the pink ward and put it in this bush behind the outer mid turret. It really gets checked and gives you a lot of knowledge about their jungle. Oh good, you took the timer of the flash. Okay, so for that hook, it had a low probability of landing because she was at max range. And you lose a lot of pressure when your hook's down because they don't have to worry about getting hooked, they can play really aggressive against you. You want to save your hook there just because of the likelihood of it landing. Um, being like around 10%. Of course, if against higher opponents, the rating would be less. You should shield yourself right now. Alright. So, Karma overextended for you, which let Vayne get the stun. Chasing that down wouldn't be worth it. You see Lee Sin, as blue, and Yi was there as well. And you can see them coming to the bot lane. You wanna, right now? Okay. Rift Kit. Okay, so jungle and mid are in this bush. Lucian will be, the support probably about here. Lucian will be here, and Vayne's farming here. You should be back here, so that you can, if anyone comes over the wall, your jungle's here, you can pull Vayne back. Yeah, Trundle's there, he doesn't need to be there, you're too low. Um, if anything happens, you'll probably lose this fight. And you know that they're still there because you haven't seen them on that ward. So, and he's coming around the back here. So you still want to be back here. So that you can pull Vayne away. Because you're essentially a flash with your lantern. Alright, so that flash, you weren't going to live no matter what. And flashing closer to Vayne when you're against melees isn't exactly the best thing to do. In fact, it costs a lot of her health. Being too far forward there got them the triple kill. Trundle tried to get up, but because he's here, and you know that um, Yi's here and Jungle's here. Lee Sin, ward hopped there. Since you're up here, there's no chance of you escaping, and you'll both die by the time the Trundle gets to like here. Vayne was able to get to here before dying, but either way, all three of you are gonna die. Okay, I can't reset that. No, you had perfect ward coverage. You knew that the two of them were already down there. You knew that Karma would be back in lane because of when you sent her back from the kill. And Lucian staying means that you knew that the mid and jungle didn't recall. You can, going for this wasn't worth it. You could have gone for a giant spell that would have helped you a lot better. Um, or even, let's see, how much gold did you have? Okay, so you could have How much pink quartz sell for? Pink quartz. Sell value 50, okay. So, instead of buying that, you could have gone, fuck. Um, items. No, not one. I want items, legendary. Okay. And on here, it should be here. It's not there. Search this wiki. Alright. So, you can't afford the Catalyst, so you could go for upgrading, that's fine, but go for the second part. Face of Mountain isn't that good of an upgrade, so going for the Crystalline Bracer there. If you're against an eight, like if they had AP on their team, like heavy, you could have gone for the Locket. The pink ward's been waiting in your inventory for like too long. You should have placed it. So yeah, it wasn't ward coverage that was the problem. It was positioning by you. It was smart to save a stack for the cannon wave here. You want to stay here for the cannon. Okay. Well, these are stacked eventually. Should actually, since you're pushed up here, and you know that Karma's not there, you could go for a hook, for a dive, or some free damage to him. And since you don't have your hook up, just go ward. You don't need a ward in that bush. Um, you don't know if they have a ward on the dragon, so you're not gonna bait that. Okay, so definitely get the pink down. If not in here, you'll want it up here. Still, just having it in your inventory makes it a waste of gold. Which, if you hadn't spent the 100 gold on that, since you haven't used it for anything, you would have been able to get your Cataclysm. Since, to my knowledge, Cat's not taking off, you don't need that. You don't need to lock it yet. Alright, so okay, so you can see Karma on your map,
ally has been
and you
slain.
know Lee Sin's there as well. So Karma and Lee Sin, you know, are there. Okay, you see Karma right here. So you should have thrown your hook this way into the bush to hit her and get free damage. That way. You hit me. Oh, so you know Lee Sin's already queued you, and you just separate yourself into a 1v4 because Lee Sin's gonna be on you. Karma's here, Lucian, Cat, and they'll be on top of you faster than Jax can get on top of Lucian. Lucian's gonna dash backwards here. So he didn't even go in, and you just 1v4. Karma didn't do any damage yet, so 1v3 really. That much of your health gone because you went in, um, well into it. They can try to shoot your damage back, but on the bright side, you got your box out. It's able to slow them up. And no damage returning. Um, there you go. Cat jumped in, so she died. Don't have any other health build. Active 10% of your max health for 4 seconds. Your max health is like 2,000 right now. Yeah, 2,000. So it's not that great of a shield. Still looking for the Righteous Glory because your team needs, well, it needs the movement speed against their team. Karma with her Mantra shield will be able to speed up their whole team. Me can run away, and Cat can, and Lucian have other gap closers as well. So you can finally get the pink ward out there.
An
Um,
ally has been
if you had that
slain.
there for like I don't know,
An enemy has been slain.
10 minutes. If you placed there 10 minutes ago, you would have had 10 minutes of free vision. Um, at up to this point, at best. So pink ward just burnt a hole in your pocket for a long time. All right, so Dragon's gonna be up in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You should. Dragon killing up. It always comes up at 20 minutes. You don't really need to say that, but you should say that Dragon's gonna be coming up soon to prep for it. Upgrading your trinket would be good for that. Okay, so player back, and you guys can't do Baron off that because of Cat. You'll be able to take this turret, and then there's nothing really else that you can take. Countering is still going to be top lane. Taking that's not the best idea. So Katarina recalled, since she's not pushing anymore. Alright, so you see bot lane. You should place. Alright, that works. I would have placed it in this bush here so you can see them waiting in it. You know what they're in there, so you can just throw a hook out. And you could have hooked Lucian there. Alright, so starting on the dragon was a mistake by your team, but there's nothing much you can do about that. Again, placing the ward in that bush. Hooking right now. Hooking again right now. If your team tried to tank better, Trundle wouldn't have died. Hooking again right now. So you know Lee Sin's gonna jump to this bush, so you can't hook him. Wait. You can hook Lucian here and Karma here. You didn't want to play there, you wanted to hook into this? Cause it's either, like Lee Sin's not gonna do much. It's either he steals it or he doesn't. So you hook into this, and then you flay them all back and put up your box, and then exhaust Cat. And that would have stopped her from getting back to there. Because she jumped to you and then to Vayne. So, okay, so you know Katarina's big, so you should go for the locket now.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Or you won't be able to effectively siege this because of having three melee champs and Vayne being top lane. So you want to back off here, like tell your team to back off, spam pings, get ward coverage in the red side jungle and control of Baron. Place the pink on the Baron and ward on red side. You'll be able to push down top safely and create picks in the jungle, which could lead to either a Baron or just them going to ward Baron. You create more picks.
Team has destroyed a turret.
Alright, so you're gonna want to Lantern Vayne into here. So you have the Skalka there for vision on Baron, but you should get something like behind it so they can see into the jungle. Having no wards, you don't know where they're going. They can appear anywhere, and you'll probably end up in an odd man fight. Just out of them rotating faster. Alright, so with Jack's ball and trying to look back, you won't be able to push up into these two. You don't know where the rest of their team is, and Cat was waiting over the wall. So that was the best possible thing that Garmin could have done out of there. Um, you want to protect from Cat, so exhaust her, and then flay. Exhaust E, and then box here. Cat's gonna get resets, and gonna kill you. Or not, the box save. So, good job on that. So, you got lucky with Cat not moving forward after the flay, just to get hit by the box range. Uh, Randuin is more efficient than Sunfire. I guess the magic damage helped because you're all AD, but it's not enough to really impact. The slow will help peel for Vayne of the Randuins, but Sunfire's good. Okay if you don't have the gold for Randuins, which you did. What else? So, go into Locket next. Yeah, I figured in the last patch they changed it to that. I was going to mention that when you bought the chain vest, but either way, you should have gone for health or MR. You should be pinging Vayne to fall back here. She just ran down like, into a 1v3. She actually did ult there. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so you should hook the E. Never mind, you have to back out there now. So hook to Lee Sin and then pull. Um, so okay, your team doing Dragon here is really risky. What you should do here is you see Lee Sin there. You should go as close as you can, which is here. You hook to him, pull, Legend over, and you'll be good. Since you didn't do that, what you want to do is hope that it camps up, no camps up. You could hook the Katarina to stop her from coming over. And, like, you're just giving up your life pretty much at that point. Yeah, Cat's pretty, pretty weak. Like, against your team, she shouldn't be able to take off. But she's outplaying your CC pretty well. You got the Dragon, so you have 4 Dragon buffs, so... Unless you take Baron, which you need to ward right now. You should be able to stall out until next dragon, take the dragon, then push in. Like, worst case scenario. You want to place your, okay. Just like place your lantern there so that Jax can come back to you if he gets in trouble. So, pink ward's sitting in your inventory again. You want to place it onto the Baron so that you can bait better for it. Save your flight for your cat. And since they're back in your jungle, you guys should just engage that. Um, just zone out right now. Alright, you should go back to the minion wave and push it. And your team will just face tank. It's fine because you know where the rest of their team is. So this is why, actually, you wanted to go back and push it. Because you'll have the minions there, at least standing there. You know he's gonna try to stop the wave from getting to you and you won't be able to take turret. use your sweeper on the Baron area here. Or you want to. Like, you know that the bush that you were just in was warded? This one over here. Because you saw it get placed down, you know there's a ward in the pit. You saw that get placed down as well. And off that, you'll want to buy the tank elixir. You can afford anything else, and it helps you in the next fight. With Dragon up in a minute, you should place your pink ward onto the dragon and clear the wards that are there. Okay, so placing that, you need to get ward backs onto the Baron. Like, dragon wards are nice and all, not the most ideal pink, but going to the dragon, or showing everyone at dragon, like what you're doing now with Driver going bot as well, will give a free Baron. You can't take Baron against their team because of Cat and Karma doing too much AoE, as well as Yi will be able to clean up. So the back off they did there tells you that ah the bush that's up here, the death bush, is warded. Exhaust the Master Yi. Um, so basically, I'll explain why to exhaust Master Yi. So right here, there's two threats on their team right now, Cat and Yi. Since Cat's over here, Yi's gonna clean up this whole fight, like the three of you, and you'll lose the fight. Um, Karma, Lucian will be worried about Jax. So you exhaust him before you got the Alpha Strike off. So it didn't work out exactly how I said, but so what you could have done there is gone into the bush fully and thrown your hook back. Your hook hitting him would have been able to kill him, and you wouldn't have been able to Alpha Strike you because he wouldn't have vision. Ideally. Exhaust was still up, so you never got it off on him, and that's why he was able to do that. And you should lose your inhib off this, and nothing more because of death timers. It's unlikely that they'll do Baron, but you should start pinging it now to make sure that your team can go there. Ward it. If if they don't take it, like if they recall, you can take it. If you're at the Baron, you can definitely take his Lee Sin spot. Okay, you can't take the Baron anymore, but you made sure that they didn't.
An ally has been slain.
So ward the Baron here, and then go mid, so you can get that wave. Like, as long as Cat's up, you'll never be able to take an objective team fight. Um, Going for Baron will force it in a just team fight just by how long it takes to take it. Okay, so with E top, you're able to get a ward into this bush, and if that's not ward, you can push up and get a ward into the bush here. With Trundle here, you'll be able to get onto the Baron itself. Uh, Ideally, you wanted it closer to the Baron, so you can see it, because if they jump over the wall, then they're going to be able to take it. Lucian Cat can do that, and Lee Sin can do that. Alright, so you overworded the Baron there. Really inefficient vision. This ward just shows you the pit, this ward just shows you outside the pit. You can place one just at the mouth of the pit and it'll show you both. If you're worried about it getting cleared, you can place one in the death bush. So you should already be like, up here. So they got the Baron for free.
An
Uh,
ally has been slain.
that should be game. Is it? Nope, we got a bunch more time. So Cat just jumped in 1v4 and died. So you got lucky there. You should go bot to hold the turret there. Okay, so on this you want to exhaust the Lee Sin. Or the Lucian. There we go, because he went up. So I didn't expect Lucian to dash forward there, and that's why I said exhaust, but a second later Lucian was in range. From where you're standing, there's no point in recalling, you can just walk there. And you should have got Locket a lot earlier. It would have solved um, some problems you ran into. Um, Sunfire not needed. Face of the mountain, get it later, and Locket get it earlier. Assuming this is assuming like they have an AP and 480s. If they had double AP, get Locket before, like, as a first item. Just rush the Locket. A giant spell in there at one point, maybe. So you want to worry about. You wanted to worry about Bane and what's his name, Lee there, E there. Throw your lantern down. And so Vayne just got way too big, and they funneled it one by one into like 1v5s. You got the 5th dragon buff, so you're gonna be able to like just melt this turret. That's gonna kill him. I'm not sure why he tanked that. Alright, so because of that setback, you won't be able to end the game, but you can take bot lane turret. That lantern didn't actually help. You should have walked to the turret and then thrown the lantern over. And that should be ages for you. Your team should push top lane down now. Actually, don't go top lane. Your team should go bot lane. Just because of the Baron buff timer, you could give them a free Baron if you lost a fight up there. So top lane you don't want to go there because you could lose Baron, depending on like if you lose a fight and when it happens. Mid lane you don't want to go because there's nothing for you to take them. It's going to get pushed in by your super minions against their normal minions. And bot lane has stuff to take, and you're not in fear of losing something by doing it. This standing around's wasting a lot of time. If Jax isn't coming, don't worry about him, he'll get there eventually, but you should be out with your team in case they get into a fight. If they come for Jax, you're not going to do much good. So you lost your 5th dragon buff, waiting around. And now you need to get vision onto Baron.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Alright, so a call should have been made there with Lee Sin in the base. Instead of to recall to stop him, you should have had a 5-man fight mid. It just more proactive play calling on your part, because you can't, if Trundle went back, obviously you can't fight mid. And you want to be further up here. Just box down and run. Vayne's gonna die here. Unless you can lantern, but he's on your side, okay. Lanterning yourself there wasn't the ideal. You should have lanterned driver to get him away. As well as just going in there was bad because you knew that they had 5 people in that area and that you'd lose the fight no matter what. Alright, so you should have bought a consumable there. And you just used both your CC, so Katarina's not won't be interrupted for like 5 seconds. Between you and Vayne, you should have Hook, Flay, or Condemn up. So off that, you should go to the Baron buff, take it, and try to end the game because they have to back for the top wave. and bot lane's pushing that you're gonna have to recall, so you won't be able to like fight them or go for anything. So this is really dangerous because of Trundle and Jarvan not being there. So I would have let the Vayne and Jax hit it and had your lantern ready to go to pull people out. And now you should ping the Baron. Just because your team hasn't been aggressive enough to dive the two Nexus turrets, and it could go really bad diving two of them. Alright, so Vayne got her GA pop because she stood in front of her. And standing in their base when there's nothing that you could have like realistically taken. Lost you the Baron and lost your Nexus turret. It's probably going to lose the game. Actually, I'll say it is going to lose the game.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So you just need to be more proactive with play calling. Um, I'm not sure if it's just being shy or not knowing what to do, but if you're more active with play calling, you'll start to fix other mistakes.